Hello, you are on Free Your Mind with Dr. K. So, the topic for today is choose you, budget your yes. So, I had come up with this concept and talking to some coworkers not too long ago. And so, many times we have different situations and scenarios that people bring to us, whether it's a friend, a family member, a coworker, asking you, can you do this? Do you mind taking on this task? Do you mind supporting me in this way? And if you are like me, it's many times very easy to say yes. And so I'll say yes to one person tomorrow. I'll say yes to another person on the next day, and so on and so forth. And then at the end of the week, what I will realize is that I have said yes to everyone else, making their things a priority in my life. But in doing so, I've said no to me. I have forfeited sleep. I have forfeited time on the different goals and priorities that I had placed for myself by saying yes to someone else. So I want to encourage you today is make sure that you choose you first. And so with that, that means that you have to budget your yeses. And so when I say budget your yeses, literally think about it like a budget. If you have $100 and for the week to spend, you will say to yourself, okay, of that $100, I'm going to expense $25 on eating out. I'm going to expense, $20 on groceries. I'm going to expense um, $15 on this or that. And so basically you are budgeting that $100, determining how you're going to spend it. But if you decide to give more money for one thing or the over the other, then that means that that particular thing that you took from will not get the full extent of what was needed. And so think about that in your own life. Your time has to be budgeted accordingly. And when you continue to give your time and yourself to other people, then that means you are deducting time from yourself. You're deducting energy from yourself. You're just taking away from you to give to other people. Now, many times when people indicate that I'm going to choose me, sometimes it's very easy to think that you're being selfish. Like, man, I'm putting my needs over other people. But that's okay. I want to say that to you. That is okay. It does not always have to be about everybody else. There are points in our life where we have to say, me first. And in doing so, you are preparing yourself and equipping yourself to have the right amount of energy, to have the mindset, to have your goals and your priorities at the forefront of your life so that in the right season, you will be able to give the right amount of time and energy to other people. But if you are physically depleted, if you are mentally depleted, if you are dried up and are just sometimes miserable with your life and yourself, then it's going to be hard to continue to pour into other people. So I want to once again encourage you to choose you first and budget your yeses. You don't have to say yes to everything. You don't have to feel that in order to be accepted, to be loved, to be promoted, or whatever the case may be, that you have to say yes. And so there was a season in my life professionally where I felt that in order for me to be recognized, in order for me to be considered valued, and even to be considered for a promotion, I had to say yes to everything. And so I took on projects and I took on different tasks, some that I had no capacity, zero bandwidth to take on. But I thought that in order for me to be once again accepted or valued, that I had to do so. And so after a long time of doing that, of saying yes to everything, taking on multiple tasks, I literally had depleted my health. And in that, I was diagnosed with high blood pressure in my early 30s and just really was heading towards a downward spiral in my health and in my overall well-being. And so there was some moments that I had to reflect and ask myself, Stephanie, why are you saying yes to everything? Why are you giving yourself so much? You have worked hard, you have dedicated to your studies academically, you have gained certain skill sets professionally, and everything you have is in you, so you don't have anything to prove. And so once I got that into my mind, then I stopped saying, I was more selective in my yeses to people. And if someone asked me to take on a project, I would either say, sure, I would, love to take that on, or I would say, I don't have the bandwidth right now to take that on. And that has carried along with me. And so now I'm making choices. I'm choosing me first. I'm putting my desires and my needs before other people. And like I said, I don't feel that I'm selfish. I don't feel that that's a wrong thing to do. When I have the right time available, I will support my friends, my family accordingly. And so, once again, I am healthier and I am more whole because I chose myself first. And so I want to once again encourage you all to choose you. You are the only you that exists in this world, and you are with you for your entire life. Friends may fade, family members, you may separate from them, but once again, you are with you. And if you do not choose yourself first, then you will live a life of some void and gap. So I encourage you, choose you first and budget your yeses. And until next time, continue to free your mind.